Celtic Baards speak out. And the bards of Wales would not give praises to the conquering Edward. Instead they spoke words of truth in poem and song, made insolence by violence of the crown, and they were burnt at the stake for the truth they spake. What principality this that burns its priests for speaking truth against the tyrant? The bards of Cymru, Eire, Cornwall, Brettagn, Syntagma and St. Paul's reach out to us across the energy of reincarnated spirit and language. Past heroes' deeds and words emulated to assuage. At once the tyrant's tributes sought. These new Caesars take all, yet offer naught. Once more we offer insolence in poetry, song, rhyme and reason, to tell the truth that's painted treason. I wrote that as an original poem back in April this year. I've been researching some of my own sort of Welsh heritage and also looking back at particularly the work of John Ruskin in the 1860s, his 4 essays Unto This Last, famously translated by Gandhi into Urdu and then translated back again. And there are artistic and intellectual bodies of work that emerge at times of tyranny, at times of great polarisation of the peoples of the world from those that would lead us, and the modern Caesars, the bankers and the corporate politicians bought and paid for. Now my poem Celtic Baards Speak Out was inspired by a masterpiece, an epic poem by the Hungarian poet Arany János. And he was inspired by the story of the Welsh bards who rebelled against Edward I's conquering of Wales. On his procession around Wales, he expected all the bards to pay tribute and compliment him on his wonderful conquest and subjugation of the peoples of Wales. And of course, the bards didn't comply with this. So really, this is a wonderful epic poem, and I'd like to read the translation. This translation, which appears on my blog, is by Watson Kirkconnell, and I'd like to read it to you now, which is the full story here. The Welsh Bards. Edward the King, the English King, bestride his tawny steed, for I will see if Wales, said he, accepts my rule indeed. Our stream and mountain fair to see, our meadow grasses good, do cornlands bear a crop more rare, since washed with rebels' blood? And are the wretched people there, whose insolence I broke, as happy as the oxen are, beneath the driver's yoke? In truth this Wales, sire, is a gem, the fairest in your crown, the stream and field rich harvest yield, and fair and dale and down. And all the wretched people there are calm as man could crave, their hovels stand throughout the land as silent as the grave. Edward the King, the English King, bestrides his tawny steed, a silence deep his subjects keep, and Wales is mute indeed. The castle named Montgomery ends that day's journeying. The castle's lord Montgomery must entertain the king. Then game and fish and every dish that lures the taste and sight, 100 hurrying servants bear to please the appetite. With all of worth the isle brings forth in dainty drink and food, and all the wines of foreign vines beyond the distant flood. You lords, will none consent with glass with mine to ring? What each one fails, you dogs of Wales, to toast the English King? Though game and fish and every dish that lures the taste and sight, your hand supplies, your mood defies, my person with a slight. You rascal lords, you dogs of Wales, will none for Edward cheer? To serve my needs and chant my deeds, then let a bard appear. The nobles gaze in fierce amaze, their cheeks grow deadly pale. No fear but rage their looks engage, they blanch but do not quail. All voices cease in soundless peace, all breath in silent pain. Then at the door a harper call comes in with grave disdain. Lo, here I stand at your command to chant your deeds, O king. And weapons clash, the hauberks crash, responsive to his string. Harsh weapons clash and hauberks crash, and sunset sees us bleed. The crow and wolf are dead in gulf, this Edward is your deed. 1,000 lie beneath the sky, they rot beneath the sun, and we who shall live not forgive, this deed your hand hath done. Now let him perish I must have, the monarch's voice is hard, your softer songs and not your wrongs, in steps a boyish bard. The breeze is soft at ease, that oft from Milford havens moans, it whispers maidens' stifled cries, it breathes of widows' groans. You maidens bear no captive babes, you mothers rear them not, the fierce king nods, the lad is seized and hurried from the spot. Unbidden then among the men there comes a dauntless third, with speech of fire he tunes his lyre, and bitter is his word. Our bravest died to slake your pride, proud Edward, hear my lays. No Welsh bards live who e'er will give your name a song of praise. Our harps with dead men's memories weep, Welsh bards to you will sing one changeless verse, our blackest curse, to blast your soul, O king. No more, enough, cries out the king, in rage his orders break. Seek through these vales, all bards of Wales, and burn them at the stake. His men ride forth to south and north, they ride to west and east. Thus ends in grim Montgomery the celebrated feast. Edward the king, the English king, spurs on his tawny steed. Across the skies red flames arise, as if Wales burned indeed. In martyrship with song on lip, 500 Welsh bards died. Not one was moved to say he loved the tyrant in his pride. Odd's blood, what songs the night resound upon our London streets. The mayor shall feel my irate heel, if aught that sound repeats. Each voice is hushed through silent lanes, to silent homes they creep. Now dies the hound that makes a sound, the sick king cannot sleep. Ha! Bring me fife and drum and horn, and let the trumpet blare. In ceaseless hum their curses come, I see their dead eyes glare. But high above all drum and fife, and trumpet's shrill debate, 500 martyred Joyces chant their hymn of deathless hate. Well, I hope that those words of martyrs to revolutions past, standing in the face of the sharp stiletto of corporate fascism that our brothers and sisters in Greece and Spain and Portugal, Italy, in the United States of America, across the world really, fighting this global tyranny of corporate fascism and the tyranny of the three city states. Tierra y Libertad.